firms.
Yeah, a lot of law firm owners that have been doing this for several decades probably don't even know what the main financial statements are.
That's
So
right.
that's I think that used to work. I think you used to be able you throw out a shingle and hang your shingle and you do really, really well. But there does seem to be like this trend towards these larger firms that are coming in, throwing a bunch of money into the market, and it is going to make it harder for some firms to compete, I think.
I think so. You got private equity that's throwing money out there. You've got just these firms, as you said, they're just combining with one another. I mean, Atlanta is one of the most competitive personal injury market in the country. You start looking at what Google charges for different keywords.
Right.
Like, how do you keep up? So,
Yeah.
My approach is like, we'll use Morgan & Morgan as an example. Like, there's no way I can keep up with them. So why try? And so I think as the law firm owner, you have to realize and figure out like, where do you fit? I call it the ecosystem. Where is it that you fit? And then just kind of stay in that lane, find that sandbox, play in that one, and don't say I'm going to compete with Morgan & Morgan for keywords on Google because you're just fighting an uphill battle.
So have they been in your market your entire career?
When I started doing defense work, they were just coming in from Florida, their Orlando firm.
Yep.
And so they started coming in Atlanta. And ever since then, now they're, I don't know how many offices they have in Georgia, but a lot.
Sure.
And so we've seen that shift of other firms kind of following national type firms, and so it just increases competition, which is good. But I'm selling my clients on something very different than what Morgan Morgan's selling their clients.
Well, so does it increase the competition in the market as a whole? I think yeah, but because like what we've seen is we've actually noticed since Morgan & Morgan came into St. Louis. Is our number of calls have decreased, but our number of cases have gone up and our conversion rate has gone up, where I think they're picking off different cases that we wouldn't normally take. And so I think that's part of it.
I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I think I would agree with everything you just said. They're going for different stuff. I mean, the volume, they're going for any call, anything that comes in the door. That's not you. That's not me.
Right.
And so, you just got to figure out what it is that you want.
And I think that the way they do it is it's really brilliant. They've got one of the greatest trial lawyers ever, right? And Keith Mitnick. And I think that's smart. A lot of the volume firms don't have something like that, but Morgan & Morgan has figured out that is a really important part of the puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas a lot of the other firms, I won't mention any of their names, but their volume firms, they don't have that trial lawyer that's going to then go and take the case into trial and beat the insurance company over the head. They just don't.
Yeah, that's right. They get good lawyers over there, no question.
Yeah.